A stitch in time, eh, friends?
darling. May the seven keep you. May the seven keep you. May the seven keep you. Rest in peace, darling. May the seven
Here lies Kimberly, finally.
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
Rest in peace, darling.
Here lies Jacques, the oldest man in Sicil. Get off my grave, you jackanapes.
Peace be with you, traveller. May your loss. I once lived a prosperous life with my husband and our happy little dog. Loney never recovered from the loss. And when a group of mercenaries, predators, more aptly called, came to town dangling the opportunity to annihilate, she were killed less than... Rest back from there, savage!
In memory of Loney, death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Here lies Nemris, master of philosophy.
Look here, even a sage and author as renowned as I is flattered when mortals dare among the dead to seek him out. As if I need introduction. Nemris, the thinker, the theorist, the... Oh, I've written so many celebrated treatises, but of course you have read and revered the philosophy of death. There isn't a civilized soul alive that hasn't perused its profound pages percolating with perspicacity. Alas, that so few show an understanding of my words, so few show the expected... You can, and indeed you must. But alas, I was not buried with a printed version of that blueprint of genius that is my inimitably esteemed essay. Never fear, though, for each and every line... Do you truly feel you are ready to prove that you have read and understood the philosophy of death? Then we shall proceed to test between life and death. Death is the greater.
Indeed he is.
Quite so.
Let us proceed. Life is life's own goal, the question that is itself the answer. Good!
I should say so.
Agreed.
Last query. Boldly do I scorn the bonds of fate.
Your salvation, as a matter of fact.
All right, we'll do it.
Hopes and up. A combination of words I've long since forgone to couple, let alone put into action. And before me stands a living proof why shall not
Here
go
lies
unpunished.
Nemris,
Perhaps death
master of
itself shall
philosophy.
teach you more about the philosophy of life.
Feel the burn!
Surrender now! Feel my legs.
Bludgeoning blow! Burn for me. My life is ebbing away.
Rest in peace, darling.
Look here, even a sage and author as you can do this.
Quite.
Let last query.
Your salvation.
Indeed.
Hopes and up. He shall not go unpunished. Perhaps death
May the
itself
seven
shall
keep
teach you
you.
more about the philosophy of life.
Anoint the land, blessed seven. If you can't stand the heat,
Rest in peace, darling.
Look here. There you can. Do you true? Then between. Let us. Last. Hopes and up. A combination of. Shall not go unpunished.
Rest in peace,
Perhaps death
darling.
itself shall teach you more about the philosophy of life.
there's no evading my blazing fury.
drilled into the earth.
Steady, boys, steady. We'll be leaving as soon as we're packed up.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the lot on my racks.
Shit! No one's around.
Burrow indeed.
Aye, so what you...
That
Yes.
Girls never fed a hungry man, you know.
Bless the seven! I am restored!
Here lies Nemris, master of philosophy. In memory of Loney, death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
We'll be hearing from you for a while.
Midnight oil! Feel the pain of my stave!
Healer!
Stand down before I put you down! Boulder Bash!
Good luck out there, Hunter. Evil lurks beyond Cyseal's ramparts.
To leave the city is to venture into danger. Be careful, Source Hunter.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving 7.
Don't let that rooster escape! He's already on the menu for tonight!
Isn't it a chicken's destiny to be eaten? We should catch it and give it back to the...
True story indeed. But
That was close. Thanks for catching Fidgety Jack here. I guess he got nervous. Let's have that bird then, shall we? Our troops are... Come to see what delectable dish I've crafted from that pesky poultry, have you? I'm Chef Maurice, the one and only culinary connoisseur capable to make a dish for an army with a... That's enough of that now! Come to see what I'm Chef...
Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a trade you're after. Well, Source Hunter, you come to the right place, you have. I got every style of equipment to fit you from head to foot, if it's a...
These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the 7.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? Listen, Maul, I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face curious. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman.
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral wall, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Rivellon's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the 7.
You're a...
Murder within the...
Baking like a cake.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer, then. Closer? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city... Oh, my elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Cyseal, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Cyseal through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. What? Oh, you mean Cyseal? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. Well, the undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are... That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such, sticking its tendrils into the innocent seven-fear... And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. Jake murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the... Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit... suggestive. But I've never... An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade... What of what now? Oh, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare stuff. Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Sicil harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't... You see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally... Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor for the 7th sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Sicil's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. That depends. What can... the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? Marvelous! Follow me. What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Sicil's crown. The beacon of culture and learning. My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine. And she's got every speck of information about this. Yes. Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please...
Salamanders. What
CaH4ig.
Is there no new book to be discovered in this library?
Teleron will have to pay yet in the name of Amun-Hur. I bid thee Tujda Getahal. Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
I need something more advanced.
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cecil. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it? When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hur, dear Cecil was among them. He raised me like I was his own. This kindest of souls taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow, so that...
More advanced. The pseudomonad omnes autem mali demones quam. What? What is this? Who are you to interrupt my musings? By Naga the Protector, they have... Oh, but perhaps I spoke too soon. Perhaps I was mistaken. For you... No. A source hunter. That is what you are. Yes, a stalker of sorcery. A chaser of charms pernicious. In truth, I cannot go so far as to say it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, for I take no pleasure in... Why? Simply because you hunt source, and I, Jehan, hunt demons. You are aware, of course, that quite often both of these pests... Now, I hate what I hunt, but I respect its cunning. Should I not? This is a sentiment I'm quite certain you must recognize. Let there be strength in cunning, yes, but also on one condition. That on our joint travels we will never deal with demonic entities, no matter how tempting their propositions. Give me your word on...
Who placed this book here? A volume
Very
of
well.
poetry.
There will be no deals with demons.
Agreed. Nothing good ever came from
Most gratifying. I see you are firm of purpose, and thereby ready to descend. Descend into the madness that is sorcery. Into the depths where demons dance. Gladly shall I follow you into the abyss. Onward.
Where's the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. CaH4ig. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. CaH4ig. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stentical. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Now this is valuable.
The knight in see-through armor. Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom. Stentical. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem!
What's that gleam?
Who placed this book here? A volume of poetry among novels? Urak! What mayhem! CaH4ig. A brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Teleron will have to pay yet another fine. Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels? Oh, rack! What mayhem! Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shucks! Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. CaH4ig. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine. CaH4ig. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine. CaH4ig. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine. Volume 1, Volume 2. But where has the third one gone? Shatsu. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. CaH4ig. The brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Celeron will have to pay yet another fine. The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentiken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Volume 1, Volume 2. Where's the third one gone? Shucks. Sometimes I think these books sprout little legs in the night. Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels? Oh, rack! What mayhem! CaH4ig. Brief history.
Stitch in time, eh, friends? On the men.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I,
Borrow, indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear! Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? If it's steal or starve, so what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man...
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another... Fed a hungry man, you know.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
I've got my eyes on the prize. That thief is free for now. But I thank you for making that would-be thief see reason. I only hope your instruction lasts. That thief is free for now, but I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him. Thank you for making that...
Bloody Ann!
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of gold each!
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Don't scuttle away before you've tried some of the... I listened in while you were talking to that would-be thief. Don't scuttle away before you've tried some of the ocean's finest bounty. How many crab claws would you like? 3? 11?
Aim straight. Aim true. Arrows by the dozens.
Not the move. You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero. No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
Delicious swordfish. Yours for a scrap of gold each.
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us.
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure.
See here. You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere...
Well, I can't say that...
Yes, some
Indeed. Indeed, gold. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully...
There is no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy.
True enough.
Come now. I refuse to believe such a uniquely skilled individual would settle for a puppet. And that is exactly why I am here. Why, fate. The fabulous 5. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow. Sharp. Now then, to join the fabulous 5 is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of knight is bestowed upon you, of course. Should you spread the word, should you propagate, by now the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellow? Work hard. Fulfill contracts, of course.
Join a guild.
And me.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what more is there to say, Oh, it's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that. Not one of them was a big lumbering apparatus, but you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, luckily there are those in this world who belong to the fabulous 5. They call the undead a problem, my friend. But those who know the ways of the fabulous 5 see no problems. They see...
Pay the big cheese on your plot with a wheel of the good stuff. Hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what?
Fresh habit. Perfect for a fire.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies my fields ever seen.
Get it while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Tomatoes.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless... Yes, she and I have a history. That's as easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never... Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies. Ah, hello. I suppose it's very tragic news. Yes, as easy... Jake...
Oh, my good man. Drink, you please.
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face... Quite... And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? I am Anna, jewel in the crown that I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and with my pockets full, when the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time... So you've joined up. You've sworn I can finally offer you up. But you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so wide. I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the Northern Cave. Oh, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? What matters is the... Well, you are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair Keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the... What do you mean, not familiar? Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the distance. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most... Well, if I don't leave a few crumbs for those
Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North. Medora's the name. Retired. Or so the order keeps trying to... Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. See, I'm here on... Well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill... What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a saw. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without... By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. I've been scouting Sarcil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion.
Fantastic!
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against...
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't...
Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten.
Leave me be, I have a job to do.
Grog. All hail his hot steel.
Greetings, greetings. Oh, you are most welcome in my team, that I am. I have spent... You wouldn't believe some of the things... Oh, but let us not discuss. Let us browse and barter.
By the filed teeth of Sulumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! By the filed teeth of Sulumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria! Soon the last will be beaten. Beaten like the anvil of Grog, the torturer. All hail Grog! All hail his hot-steeled instruments.
You have come, yes. That is most satisfactory. Begone, brittle mask of age. My name is Eglandir Twilsalanar, elf of the House of Gandavum, the slaughtered House of Gandavum. But a game, yes! A game! The elves of Gandavum, all undone. Every last one of us. I may be frail, a withered grey, but the wealth of kings is mine. Countless assassins have ministered to the vengeance that is my want. and now is almost over. By Kala, Lady of the Last Gaze, I swear it is I have tracked her down. By the curse of the spine spear I have. She does not know her ill-shapen sun is setting fast. Colour the dusk red, O sword of youth. Bloody the day, yes. The ox of Gazoldaga. Her name is that of a woman. Her employment that of a Victoria. Librarian. Daughter. Adopted child of Cecil, Mayor of... The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood! By the filed teeth of Surumar Soul Shredder, the end is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you, Victoria!
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we met outside would turn out to be a vengeance-driven aficionado of assassins.
He is as much a savage as those orcs. And how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime?
Indeed, Victoria...
Is nigh. Death comes a-creeping for you,
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become. If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Looking good.
By the filed teeth of Surumar Soul Shredder, the end
If only the popular girls from...
I guess someone else got here first.
for you, Victoria! The hunters go stalking in the night. By the needles of the million bleeder, they'll end it all in blood.
Let's see. Key, lockpick.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! These little ducks defeated by Alistair Great!
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my catch is when I leave you over long while biting my pie.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend. Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've got to my match is when I linger over long while writing my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune?
Watch out! I smell the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Yes, of course. This time.
Jagetta, friend. Kira Lizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale, does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures, why must he make me the target of his imperishable hate? Whom have I ever... So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, I thank you for warning me. I thank you and I trust you. So pray, let me pose the question. What do you advise we should do? My amulet? But it is Haxmagi, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul. Like that, I guess. I cannot say that it is.
Here I wait for thee in the dark. Yes, yes. Have you made the orc feel the black and biting cold center toward the gangling grip?
Yes, so it is. So it is. By Angus.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I'd never before envisioned.
That inspiration.
by the filed teeth of Sulma Soul Shredder. The end is nigh. Death comes.
That was quite the radical change we witnessed. I never would have thought that the benign old man we...
He is as much a savage as those orcs. And how is Victoria guilty of her tribe's crime if she was but a babe at the time?
Indeed, Victoria probably doesn't even know about her past. And yet she's on a... let's call him eccentric.
In the night, by the needles of the Million Bleeder, they'll end it all in blood!
Watch out! I smell.
As many presents as the man with many cheeses.
Source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes, of course. This.
Tojageta, friend. Kira Lizor. Oh, do pardon my language, my friend. But that is quite the startling revelation. So much sadness, so much anguish. Eglandir's tale is hot. Does he not see that I am now the one who is to be wronged? Why, oh why must he make me, of all gentle-minded and life-loving creatures? So, let us approach the situation with reason and ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Though, first let me say this. Hashizm bil kushum zunum. From my heart, my amulet. But it is Haxmaji, a sacred token that houses the presence of my ancestors. No, I cannot part with my talisman, the keepsake of my soul. You may try and trick me out of my amulet, but you will not succeed. Tojageta, friend. Yes? Have you decided what should be done about him? Please do not press me any further. With the power of Haxmaji, I will never part. Leg Fizoda! Yes, a capital notion. It would probably be better if you rather than I informed Captain Aureus, though. He bears little goodwill toward me ever since my more savage brethren have been marauding the beaches and killing his legionnaires.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most...
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good...
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal. We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city. I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space. Though we couldn't guarantee she'd do more than piddle on the floor and maul your furniture.
Sir, no, sir.
Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws.
Her brow knits together. But something...
I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. I have this woman here, the one who now plots her revenge. She crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip the fur from her.
Careful, source hunter. If I keep my eyes off this cage, the beast's liable to risk an...
I'd say you ought to take her off our hands if you had the space.
About face!
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I told her off you before she could do anything.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, whom would you have the Legion arrest?
Robert aided and abetted criminals. He should be arrested immediately.
Absolutely.
Shame to arrest a man who buried so many legionnaires with military honors, but so be it. I'll send out a chap to apprehend him for... You, again. Whom would you have the Legion arrest? The elf? What in the name of...
He wants us to kill Victoria.
It's true. He is a dangerous lunatic.
So, he wants you to kill that savage the mayor calls his daughter, does he? Hardly seems a crime to do so. But I guess I can... As I suspected. Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. But he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot. Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if the scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off, Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I'm Captain Aureus, if you must. If you must. Bravo! How am I? We are the... I'd say... Yeah!
Try it, Screech woman. The beasts had
Sorry, sir.
and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, no. I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast fairies. You'll only encourage it. Sorry, sir. You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any
Sorry, sir.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
You. I'm Cap. Oh, have you? Whom would you? So he wants. As I suspected. Oh, if you. How? You. As I suspected.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome, but certainly. What would you like to know? Oh, I am but a wizard, a guardian of man and beast. And indeed, my task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Scythial. My one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment. For to my great regret, none of them purr as yet. Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Such magic to be out. But of course it's handy to speak in more than... Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise. I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar. By all means. Of course, I hope your investigation fares well. I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. same man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, it took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic, I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town... Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. And what might those be? One of them failed? Who is the mongrel that dares to question my engineering expertise? I take it the mutt in question was referring to the Sparkmaster 5000. You know what? Here's the remote access device with which I used to control it. There's a manual for that somewhere around here, too. Yours, if you can find it. I really should invite Victoria one of these days. Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn, the enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. You have a flare until they conclude what mischief they... Oh, a mere...
Oh.
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the...
Careful, Source Hunter. If I keep my eyes off this cage, the beast's liable to risk an escape.
Recruits! That was sloppier than Sicilian stew. Again!
You don't think it's infected, do you?
Come on now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
Any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Virius. She bit me in the face.
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Uglier will be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure.
Well, hello there.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha!
The hunters go stalking in the night by the needles of the million.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hint, not exactly the friend.
Into the fray once more. What happened? Was this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone, somehow it sent us flying into the stars.
Terrible, terrible, terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? Oh, yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record. As for how I got here, well, for a historian appointed by the gods themselves, hopping to the end of time, how you got here, though, on such a tiny and rapidly shrinking vestige of space and time, I wouldn't have expected to find a soul but my own shadow. Ah, at last a question I can answer most definitively. I mentioned already, time ought naturally to have no end at all. Indeed, I can think of no worse nightmare for a chronicler such as myself. But show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer through yonder looking lens and feast your soon-to-be terrified eye.
May be quite mad.
Then we had better appease him and have a look through the looking lens.
You saw. Terrifying, isn't... What's this? The portal. It's... the portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long dormant flames. You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about those torches, a light. This portal active once more. It cannot be coincidence. Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been haunting my mind since... It is the void itself. The dragon that is devoured. I can't say for sure where it came from, how or why, but I do know this. It's shrinking our future by the second. And if we don't stop it, it will devour the past. And it's not that I believe, it's that I then, no longer than a few mere moments after you arrive, zap it goes. The chronicle... though I cannot say for certain. If it is what I believe, then our prayers might well... In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered. For I believe what lies beyond this port... But why spoil the mystery? After you... Yes! Just as I hoped! There she is! There it is! Come, don't delay!
And he's off!
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
As surely as you are he who chronicles all that I weave.
Astounding! Unbelievable!
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated my finding you. But why?
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us, how did you arrive upon this plane? If any other being in Rivellon asked me about the details of their comings and goings, I could describe them, but you are different. Of you I see nothing. So please, do tell me. A stone. So, it was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here, and it infused you with new life. Not like this, no. What happened to you? Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave something I had not seen, but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that stone. Starstone.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all? Have you not woven all that...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world, source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how, I cannot say, but I do believe that finding Starstone is not what it seems, source hunter. Its true nature must be part of a greater secret. Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What wounds lay upon the...
Mysteries of all time. Gaps in history. Oh, how...
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which...
I see. What the void would shrink.
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is the antidote to the voids. If we do not restore time, if we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will Indeed you must.
Why, of course.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivellon. The entire tapestry will crumble. Even this plane will fall victim.
That shall never be, please. Our most mysterious guest. What will it be, Source Hunter? Do tell. The glint? No, but you'll need a... Luckily, off you go then. Cross my like just like from what ruins. Go like the imp.
How well in the how might I serve in the ethereal the drift? Except it seems us but knew these.
A question has me stumped, milady. Why are there two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good...
I am the last test. The last test. The last test. I am the last test.
I both chronicle and create.
I am the last. I am the last test. The last test. The last test. If you believe yourself worthy of red.
How might I serve our mission? great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle and create. Where you arrive at conclusions, I spin origins besides.
Good to see you on the shelf. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot! Wouldn't it just... Just like you're... From what I can gather, though, ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils, those are the den...
How might I serve? Ask, and I shall answer, if I can. Ask, and I shall answer, if I can. Ask, and I shall answer, if I can.
Good to see you on the shelter plane. I wonder, do you know more about the void? What it is? What lies at the heart of it?
What lies at its heart? Why, nothing, of course. The great absence of all that even the gods cannot comprehend. It eludes us, like infinity, or the finality of tick-tocking time.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and Sir Zigzax, let us turn to the business at hand. Starstone. And I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. and run away? Ah, now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my Pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. My Pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my Pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Where is my Pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my Pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. My Pepper. Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? There it is. sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. run away? Ah, there it is. Oh, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. run away? Ah, yeah. And run away? Ah, yeah. And run away? Ah, yeah, it is. And run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, yeah, it is. Now, Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is. legs and run away? Ah, there it is. Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.